unlocking the complex realities, navigating terrorism and counterterrorism in the ongoing Israel-Palestine conflict. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we delve into a sensitive and complex topic: terrorism and counterterrorism in Israel and Palestine. The conflict in this region has persisted for decades, and understanding its roots and dynamics is crucial for achieving lasting peace. We'll discuss the history, causes, impacts, and the various approaches to counter-terrorism in the region. Let's get started. Historical context. To truly comprehend the current situation in Israel and Palestine, we must journey through history. The Israel-Palestine conflict is deeply rooted, dating back to the late 19th century. The Zionist movement, which began in the late 1800s, advocated for the establishment of a Jewish homeland in the region. The conflicting claims and aspirations of Zionist Jews and the Palestinian Arabs led to heightened tensions and, at times, violent clashes. This struggle intensified during the British Mandate period, further escalating as Jewish immigrants flocked to the area during World War II, seeking refuge from persecution. In 1947, the United Nations proposed a partition plan to divide the land into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem as an international city. The Jewish community accepted the plan, but the Arab leadership rejected it, leading to the Arab-Israeli War in 1948. The aftermath saw the establishment of the State of Israel, but it also resulted in a displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, giving rise to the refugee crisis, which still has significant implications on the region's stability and peace efforts. Root causes of terrorism. Understanding the root causes of terrorism in the Israel-Palestine conflict requires a nuanced analysis. The fundamental issues revolve around land, borders, sovereignty, and identity. The aspirations of both Israelis and Palestinians to have their own sovereign state on the same land have been a persistent challenge. The competition for territory has escalated, fueled by historical and religious claims to the region. Additionally, socioeconomic disparities and political grievances contribute to the perpetuation of terrorism. Palestinians often face economic challenges, limited access to resources, and restrictions on movement due to security measures. These conditions create a breeding ground for frustration and radicalization. On the other hand, Israelis grapple with security concerns, facing a constant threat of attacks and a desire to secure their nation. Religious and ideological motivations also play a significant role. Extremist interpretations of religious texts and deep-rooted historical narratives further fuel the conflict, creating an environment where terrorist organizations find support for their actions. Terrorist groups and tactics. The Israel-Palestine conflict has seen the emergence of several significant terrorist groups, each employing distinct tactics to further their goals. Hamas, a fundamentalist Islamist organization, employs suicide bombings, rocket attacks, and guerrilla warfare, often targeting civilians and military personnel alike. Hezbollah, based in Lebanon, uses similar tactics and has engaged in conflicts with Israel. Within the PLO, factions like Fatah and the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, PFLP, have also resorted to terrorism, employing tactics such as hijackings and assassinations. The tactics used by these groups aim to instill fear, disrupt daily life, and put pressure on the opposing side. Suicide bombings, in particular, have had a profound impact, causing mass casualties and leaving lasting psychological scars on affected communities. These acts of terror exacerbate tensions, making peaceful resolutions even more challenging to attain. Impacts of terrorism. Terrorism in the Israel-Palestine conflict carries far-reaching consequences for both Israeli and Palestinian societies. The loss of innocent lives, destruction of infrastructure, and economic disruption are just a few of the tragic outcomes. These impacts create a cycle of violence and retribution, further deepening the animosity between the two communities. In addition to the physical damage, terrorism leaves psychological trauma in its wake. Both children and adults in the conflict zone suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, leading to long-term emotional and mental health challenges. Schools, hospitals, and homes often become the battlegrounds, leaving communities in a state of perpetual distress. The economic repercussions of terrorism are significant, particularly in the Palestinian territories. Frequent border closures, checkpoints, and trade restrictions disrupt daily life and impede economic development. Palestinians struggle to access employment opportunities and essential services, amplifying economic disparities and creating an environment ripe for radicalization. Counterterrorism efforts. Israel has implemented a multifaceted approach to counterterrorism, blending military operations, intelligence gathering, targeted assassinations, and border security measures. The Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, conduct periodic incursions and airstrikes in response to rocket attacks and other security threats. Intelligence agencies play a critical role in gathering information to prevent attacks and dismantle terrorist networks. Targeted assassinations have been a controversial but consistent tool in eliminating terrorist leaders. Concurrently, the Palestinian Authority, with the support of international partners, works to counter terrorism. Efforts include security coordination with Israel, institution building, and disarmament of extremist groups. These measures aim to ensure the rule of law and establish a foundation for a potential future Palestinian state. International involvement and peace efforts. The Israel-Palestine conflict has drawn extensive international involvement, with numerous efforts to bring about a peaceful resolution. The United Nations, the United States, and the European Union have played pivotal roles in mediating and facilitating peace negotiations. Various peace plans and accords have been proposed over the years. The Oslo Accords of 1993 set the framework for a two-state solution, which envisioned the establishment of a Palestinian state alongside Israel. Despite early optimism, the process faced numerous challenges, including ongoing violence and disputes over territory, and has yet to lead to a comprehensive resolution. Other international initiatives include the Quartet on the Middle East, comprising the United Nations, the United States, the European Union, and Russia, aimed at advancing the peace process. However, achieving a lasting peace remains elusive, as the complexities of the conflict persist. Impact on daily life. Terrorism in the Israel-Palestine conflict permeates every aspect of daily life for both Israelis and Palestinians. In Israel, citizens face the constant threat of rocket attacks, prompting the need for bomb shelters and early warning systems. These security measures disrupt daily routines, making it challenging to live a normal life. In Palestinian territories, daily life is marked by checkpoints, restrictions on movement, and the uncertainty of encounters with the Israeli military. Economic opportunities are limited, and essential services can be challenging to access due to security measures. Schools are often closed during conflicts, further impacting the education of Palestinian children. The psychological toll of this environment is immense, leading to increased stress and anxiety for all residents. In both communities, the fear of terrorism affects social interactions and the general sense of security. The persistent threat of violence underscores the urgent need for a comprehensive resolution to the conflict that ensures the safety and well-being of all those living in the region. We've covered a lot of ground today, but the Israel-Palestine conflict is a multifaceted issue, and this video only scratches the surface. We hope it has provided you with a deeper understanding of the historical roots, the use of terrorism, counterterrorism efforts, and the broader dynamics at play. If you found this video informative, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. As always, I encourage you to engage in discussions in the comments section below. Let's strive for a better understanding of this complex issue and, ultimately, a more peaceful future for all. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay curious.